You are now tuned in to the Project 365 experience.
Um, I want you to kind of talk about because we were just talking about it off air. We were saying how you know, a lot of times it's like you're in a situation where you don't have quote unquote the high profile names, right?
Right.
So you have to build a certain buy-in from your players,
Mm. Yeah.
right? But you might have a plan in your head as a coach. You might have an idea, but ultimately you have to kind of get to know your players and then you have to be adaptable,
Mm.
right? You got to be willing to be adaptable. I want you to kind of
Right.
talk
Right.
about how important it is to be really open-minded
Mm.
coming into a season and how
Yeah.
important it is to just be like adaptable, like that word, adaptability.
But I mean, to me, it's everything, right? Like you see like these. I'm sure you follow college basketball and all that. Like the
Hmm.
the coaches that are successful are the people that are willing to adapt, right? Like, and people say a lot of things about a lot of negative things about one and done. But it's like no, you're just gonna adapt, right? A lot of people just want to go to college if it's good players. They would just want to go to college for 1 year and then want to leave, and you should be fine with that because that's the environment and that's the landscape, right? To me, especially at this level, coaching isn't about X's and O's, right? Like especially at the high school level, like some players struggle to learn the plays. Some players struggle with confidence. Players react well to talking to them in person. Some players react well to getting yelled at, right? And it's different every year, and every player is different too, right? So I think it's super important that you adjust and you adapt to every player's personality as well. To me, every player shouldn't be coached the same way, right?
Mm,
Because I think you have to have the same standards with every player, but I don't think they should be coached the same way. Because you could
right.
easily kill a kid's confidence by just going at them when that's something that they don't, they don't do well with, right? Whereas some players needs that pushing, like needs to be pushed. And if they don't get pushed, they're not going to get anything out of it, right? So to me, like, I think beginning of the year and training camp is a time where you try to figure out the personalities, right? And then so you have a better idea going into the season. Okay, like I'm gonna coach this kid in different ways, and you honestly, as a coach, like you might have a wrong judgment as well because you're only talking about beginning of the season, right? But I think it's just the constant effort of like trying to get to know the players throughout the season is super important, in my
Mm.
opinion.